foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Celebrate, I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought they could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's noted in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay.
Coach on the eastern edge of the air. Both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. Like 80!
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
On second down, here's Henry. He'll have a first down past the 40. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Washington. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the... They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run with Howard. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
24, here we go.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Jeffrey's got it. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Wentz to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Number 53.
I got you. Check.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Past the 20. Complete. Richardson has it. 36 yards on the play.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? The guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Terry McLaurin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. And a short gain down to about the 33. Brought down by Nate Gary.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal.
11.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Derrick Henry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. What a spin. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. He's going to let this one go deep. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Here we go. 180. Mike, 53. I got you.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. 25 yards that time. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a 1st down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass in this first half. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
23, here we go. 180. Go. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Jim. 5'9".
Wentz now to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Solid. Here. Everyone got 4 down. Hey, Red 5-2, out here. Hey, orbit.
Shotgun now for Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're
under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
After the sack on first down, Wentz. Now he's flushed out right. That's going to be caught. 23 yards, the final tally.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hey, seam 6.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Now he'll escape to his right, to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This Washington defense, they've stood tall the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. Again, it's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Elliott Good on the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. To try again after the sack, Garoppolo, it got his man complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the route is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time, do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Now Wentz. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Wentz going to throw. Flushed out right. Completes it to Aguilar. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Time to go, night-night. Liz 5-3, Liz 5-3. Run. Check 4.
From the 27, Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Liz 5-2. Go. Lion. Alert 3. 46 down, man, 5-4. Hey, Delta.
Check 24. Check 24. 24 is the mic. Record.
Wentz. It's caught by Aguilar. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Throwing again on second down. Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. 7 yards there and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Check safety.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on second down. Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Lou. Check 25. Say. My game.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
Other side, solid. Deuce. Man 5-7.
Into the red zone. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw, it's Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful.
Got a man open, it's Ertz. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. Elliott good with a PAT, and that will get them one closer. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Here we go. Wait!
Watch the screen.
Hey, alert!
Derrick Henry. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 39, Garoppolo. And this one complete to Reed. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Garoppolo's throw taken in by Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Go ahead.
Play action. Garoppolo. Being chased out left, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Brandon Graham make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Check. Watch 54. Hey, Foxtrot. Watch the screen.
Hey, gun. Hey, go.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
13. I got you. Hey, come on.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, fourth quarter. To throw is Wentz. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk.
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Matt Ioannidis in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And he's going to go down again. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Watch the run. They're running it. Watch twist. Watch that.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Howard. And an alley to run. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Sanders on 1st down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Wentz on the draw, leaves it for Sanders. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing is Wentz. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Count the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
53 to Mike. 53, check.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
Alert! Alert!
Mike, 53.
I got you.
I'm coming. Check. 53's Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Garoppolo slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And that one results in 35 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Redskins 42, Eagles 14.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Wentz now to throw. And that's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Hey, Zoo. Hey, empty. Empty. Slam, slam, slam.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. He's going to let it fly. At It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. 21. Here we go.
Garoppolo looking to throw.
Keep it up, guys.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. And it's second down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Garoppolo. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Wentz now on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Redskins, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer.